Well, folks, it seems like yesterday we were warning teenagers about the dangers of posting embarrassing things online. Now, they're all grown up and facing a whole new nightmare. The job market. Let's be clear, finding a job fresh out of college is never a walk in the park. But for today's graduates, the path is littered with more than just your standard entry-level hurdles. And we're talking about a job market so rough, it would make a cactus consider wearing mittens. Recent grads are entering the workforce during a time of, shall we say, economic uncertainty. Inflation is doing its best impression of a runaway bouncy castle, and companies are responding by tightening their belts and their hiring budgets. This means fewer job openings, more competition for those precious few positions, and a whole lot of anxiety for anyone with a freshly printed diploma. This isn't just a case of kids these days not wanting to work hard. This is about a generation entering adulthood during a period of genuine economic upheaval. And sadly, as we'll see, some industries are being hit harder than others. The travel and leisure industry. It conjures up images of sunny beaches, exotic locales, and, well, jobs that involve making other people's vacations awesome. But for those hoping to break into this seemingly glamorous world, the reality is proving to be a bit of a buzzkill. The pandemic hit the travel industry like a rogue wave, and while things are slowly recovering, it's been a long, slow climb back to shore. Remember all those travel restrictions and lockdowns? Yeah, those threw a real wrench into things. Airlines were grounded, hotels stood empty, and countless tourism-dependent businesses were forced to shut their doors, many permanently. Now, with things opening up, the industry is facing a different kind of problem, a severe labor shortage. Many experienced workers who were laid off during the pandemic have moved on to other industries, leaving a gap that's proving tough to fill. This perfect storm of factors has created a particularly challenging environment for recent graduates hoping to break into the travel and leisure sector. With fewer entry-level positions available and competition fierce, it's a tough time to be a newbie in the land of vacations and good times. So, the travel and leisure industry is having a rough go of it. But is this a sign of a broader economic malaise? The answer, unfortunately, is a bit more complicated than a simple yes or no. While the travel and leisure sector was undoubtedly hit harder than most by the pandemic, it's not the only industry feeling the strain. The tech industry, once a beacon of seemingly limitless job growth, has also been experiencing a wave of layoffs and hiring freezes. The reasons are complex, but a slowdown in consumer spending and a general sense of economic uncertainty are certainly playing a role. Even traditionally stable sectors like healthcare and finance are showing signs of slowing down, with fewer job openings and more competition for available positions. So while the travel and leisure industry might be the poster child for Gen Z's job market woes, it's important to remember that this is a systemic issue. The economy, much like that friend who insists on karaoke after one too many tequila shots, is unpredictable. And right now it's singing a rather sour tune. All right, enough with the doom and gloom. While the job market might feel like a scene out of a dystopian novel, it's not all bad news. There are still jobs out there, and with the right approach, Gen Z graduates can increase their chances of landing a good one. First and foremost, don't be afraid to think outside the box. The traditional path of going straight from college to a corporate job isn't the only option. Consider exploring alternative career paths like freelancing, entrepreneurship, or working for a non-profit. Secondly, networking is more critical now than ever. Attend industry events, reach out to people on LinkedIn, and know your Aunt Carol who posts inspirational quotes doesn't count. And let your network know you're on the hunt. Finally, and perhaps most importantly, don't give up. This job market might be tough, but Gen Z is a resilient bunch. You've grown up with climate change, political turmoil, and a global pandemic. A little thing like a challenging job market isn't going to break you. So, dust off your resumes, polish up those cover letters, and get out there and show the world what you're made of.